Hey there, this is Dr. Mike Stair. Today I'm going to teach you about how to design the imperfect program. Specifically, I'm going to tell you why you need a BTN program, how you can do a BTN program if your goal is fat loss, and finally how you design a BTN program. Now, why would I want to tell you about how to design an imperfect program? One of the biggest mistakes I see potential clients as well as other trainers making is they try to design a perfect program. Now, a perfect program only works when your schedule and your life is perfect. When you know exactly where you're going to be at any given time, how much time you have allocated, you can consistently have that time. Now, of course, that's something we should all strive for, but the reality is that life sometimes just happens. Chaos with your schedule, with your family, kids, whatnot, and it makes the ability to do a perfect program impractical. So what I suggest everybody does is that they have a plan B option. What do they do when the perfect program is not feasible to do anymore that day, that week, maybe even that month? And what do they fall back to so that they can keep the consistency of the physiological response as well as the psychology and the habit of staying with their program? So that's where the BTN program is and why you need one. And the BTN stands for better than nothing. So how do you design a BTN program if your goal is fat loss? Well, when you're trying to lose fat via exercise, you need to make sure you burn a lot of calories. And one of the most efficacious way to burn a lot of calories is to use a lot of muscle, which means you want to do exercise that uses many muscles and specifically larger muscles because they burn more calories. Now, the problem with the constraint of not having much time is that you can't simply just do more of it. So with a fixed time, your only option then is to do it better, more intense. So what I'm going to show you is an example of a BTN program for somebody their goal is for fat loss. And again, they have a fixed amount of time. Let's say specifically we have 12 minutes. You're going to set your stopwatch for 12. And you're going to pick, in this case, 3 exercises. These 3 exercises are designed to accommodate those who are moderate to lower level fitness. The exercises can be almost infinitely increased or decreased according to their abilities. And they don't require much setup and a modest amount of instruction to do properly. Let me show you an example here. Let's start with one arm rows. Now the number of repetitions, I'm going to record in my journal over there. There's no set amount of repetition to be done in each given set. Moving on to goblet squats. And then the push-ups. Of course, I bring this up higher for lower strength abilities, lower for those who are stronger. I would simply write down the repetitions after each circuit or mini circuit and then continue on. I could go 6 sets or 6 repetitions per set, 2, 20. Regardless, the goal is to see how many repetitions amongst all 3 exercises I was able to perform in the allotted time, in this case 12 minutes. My goal in the subsequent workouts is simply just to go more repetitions. If I got 100 this time, my goal next time would be 101 or more. And then the third point, how do you design these programs? There's 3 main tenets in designing a BTN program. Tenet number 1, you have to assess. If you're not assessing, you're guessing. Number 2, you need to know what exercises to do, of course. And number 3, you need to make sure you know how to do them. If you're not doing them with proper technique, well, they're either not going to be safe, not going to be effective, or not going to be very efficient. And then finally, how do we design these? What's a practical way to do it? Well, you can learn and try to figure it out on your own. The most efficient way to do it, you don't have time to do all the research and the reading to do so, and the trial and error. You can come to my seminar that I'm going to be hosting September 25th. It's a Thursday night from 6 to 7. That's when I'm going to, in person, describe to you exactly what you can do to design your own most efficient, what I call a max ROI program or a BTN program, depending on your case. Show you examples of how it's been done and the results that people get from it, which are nothing short of spectacular. That's probably the most effective way. The way to do that is go to this website, www.time2 with a 2, exercise.com. There you can learn a little bit more about the seminar, what I'll be talking about. You can also register with your friends, family members, bring with you as well. There is a cap on how many people that can go to make sure I can accommodate everyone's needs. So make sure you sign up as soon as possible. The other option is simply peruse our website, spectrumfit.net. There's a lot of reading resources that you can have on that site that I provided for you guys as well. Stay tuned to the next video, which will be coming out in a week or so, where I'm going to focus on exercise for a BTN program that'll challenge the more higher level fitness folks. Thanks so much again for joining, and have a great day.